What's up, V2 crew? This is Unknown here, and this is going to be another episode in the series Is It Killin' Your Games? And today we're going to discuss spoilers. Now, when most people think about spoilers, they think that it ruins the games. And for me personally, I've been kind of on a little journey of rediscovering gaming, I guess you could call it, and I've been trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible. And I will say, games greatly enhanced for me. Let me tell you, so much better with the surprises. But there is also, too, a way that spoilers could possibly enhance your games. Now, I'm not talking about big story spoilers or what have you, but very minor spoilers. Some things people might not consider spoilers or think are spoilers, but if you dig down and boil it down, they kind of are. So, first off, let's talk about the ways spoilers are killing your games, right? If, say, the ending is spoiled for you, like a surprise ending, surprise plot twist, oh, I know this character died. Alright, well, let me play the game knowing that. It completely changes everything. There's just no sense of surprise, I guess, is what the spoilers take away from you. And that is a big, big thing. Now, depending on how big of a surprise, maybe it's kind of the story is kind of you just anticipate it coming. You're kind of just like, yeah, that's typical. I suspected that. A lot of other things though, power ups that you could get in a game could be spoiled for you, or even just mechanics in general, environments. I mean, since I started trying to avoid spoilers, it would be like I go into a new environment, some maybe, I don't know, industrial looking game, and that's all it starts out. And then you go into like this lush forest, and the contrast and everything, you get this kick of whoa. Same with seeing new enemy models, just experiencing it for the first time in the game as opposed to experiencing it, say, on some Twitter tweet. Now, granted, that is a surprise for you to see enemy model of this caterpillar enemy on the Twitter thing. So you do get your moment of surprise there. But I feel it's more magical, I guess you could say, just seeing in the game. And it just adds a lot more to the gaming experience. Some other things that could get spoiled for you, like I said, power ups, what enemies are gonna be there. Maybe you have a boss fight against your best friend in the game. So you know something is gonna be coming up if you know the last boss is your best friend. That just completely changes possibly every dialogue choice you have with them in the game, right? It also can cause you to play the game in certain ways, knowing certain things are upcoming. Now, this could also be a positive. In regards to knowing what's coming up, maybe combat wise, you potentially can ration off your potions or allot your ability skills in a certain way. And this could actually help you progress in the game later, or it could make it so you're not hoarding unnecessarily, knowing, oh, I don't really need 150 of these potions because the game's not that long. I don't need to be hoarding all of this or hoarding all these skill points. I can kind of allot them a little bit more leniently. And coming from someone that is very, very super ultra cautious for games, I usually typically hoard items and skill points and more unnecessary than I need to. Sometimes knowing that it is possible to max out the skill tree is a big thing because then you're not as conservative, or you're not thinking to yourself all the time of, oh, should I put it here? I'm just worried. I don't want to miss out on things in the end. So there is that positive, knowing the end of the tunnel or whatever you want to call it, knowing that you're going to be fine. You can just grind out, or you're eventually just going to get there anyway, be able to choose every option anyway. But going back to the negatives, is that, like I said, it just ruins the surprise for you, the surprise factor. And that's, I think, mainly it. Now, also, too, not knowing that you can max everything out, it would cause you to play maybe in a completely different direction. Maybe it gives you more incentive to play the game again later on for a second time, knowing how things work, how systems work in the game. Alright, so I think spoilers in regards to the surprise factor, definitely a negative. And like I said, when I've been trying to just avoid all spoilers whatsoever, and then just experience the stuff in the game itself, it's been so different feeling compared to when I was just trying to spam through trophy lists, not caring at all about spoilers. That was my end goal. That was the goal of the gaming, was just to get as many trophies as possible. And now the goal is to enjoy the games as much as I can and appreciate them more so, have the best experience I can with them. Avoiding spoilers has done that, has enhanced that for me. So let's talk about some of the positives of spoilers. I already got into maybe the fact that it can cause you to not dwell on, oh, am I doing the wrong thing here? But also, too, knowing a little bit of a spoiler is maybe a good thing in regards to determining if a game is something you would like. Maybe some reviews or something can post some spoilers that would just completely turn you off. Knowing, oh, maybe halfway through the game, the whole game completely changes to this. For better or for worse, maybe it causes you to avoid the game because you're like, oh, the first hour looks amazing. Then after that, nothing new, nothing comes up. But also, too, flip side could be, all right, well, if I can suffer through the first couple hours of this game, I know that this skill is going to get unlocked at a point, and the whole game completely changes, completely flips on its end, and is just like the most amazing experience. The developer just completely strange direction the first few hours, and they backloaded all the good stuff. So I would consider that kind of a spoiler because you kind of know what's coming up, or you know that it gets better. This isn't regards to like the story necessarily. Maybe it could be, but giant major plot twists, I think, usually fall in the negative category. But it could tell you to just not play a game, and it could save you a bunch of time, I guess, is one of the benefits that spoilers could provide you. But like I said, there's also just no surprise. You just know what's coming up. Yeah, there is maybe some positives to the spoilers as well. It could also, like I said, get you to play a game that you otherwise might not have because you think the ending looks cool, or just a glimpse into the gameplay in general is kind of a spoiler, or just even hearing what mechanics. Because if you play the game completely blind, all you would know is maybe like the title, and even knowing the genre, I guess, if you boiled it down, is kind of a spoiler if you think about it. So, knowing a slight amount of spoilers might be a good thing, but knowing all of the massive, heavy hitting spoilers could be bad. So, I guess takeaways from this, at least this is how I've been approaching things. Try to find out a little bit of maybe the minor spoilers, some things that maybe others don't really consider spoilers, but they kind of are. Maybe the first little bit of gameplay. I've personally just been glancing at a little bit of footage and then like eyes away, not look at it anymore, not look at any more trailers. I tried to stay off of Twitter and discussions about the game like right when it releases, because yeah, you just scroll, you see something, and boom, can't unsee it, can't unlearn it. Maybe if you got amnesia or something somehow on purpose. Oh, I gotta get amnesia to forget about this. I do look at overall review scores, but I don't really read too in depth into the reviews. And I've liked being as spoiler free as possible, but still know if the game is good or not. So I have, like I said before, others' reviews, viewpoints aren't your own. And also, not reading their reviews prevents me from getting some sort of bias that they might have, or playing the game with their perspectives of how they tried to approach the game, what have you. I do like to know though how well a game runs and watch a bit of the gameplay, see if the visuals something I like, if the game's buggy, lags, crashes, all that stuff. I mean, that's kind of important to know, and you don't really need to know much of the spoilers for that. Some of the things are kind of more factual too, in terms of frame rate or how many crashes there were and stuff like that. So, let me know how you guys approach spoilers. Have you had any games massively spoiled for you and it really ruined your experience? Thoughts on maybe some of the benefits of spoilers that some people don't think about, or that certain things, like literally anything, is potentially a spoiler. Maybe that enhances your games in a way. I think to a degree it does, to a very minor degree it does. But I think for the most part, playing mostly blind. I guess we should say playing mostly blind now, because even if you hear the description of the game, it's a spoiler, right? At least in my opinion, when I think about it deep down. Thoughts on the matter? If you like the video, like and subscribe, and that would be appreciated. Join the V2 crew. I'll put some links in the description if that interests you. And with that being said, everybody, have a good night, good morning, enjoy your games. Thanks so much for watching. Spread that positivity, game on your own terms. You do you, and be your V2.